Once upon a time, Grandma and Grandad were living in a small village on top of a small hill in Umbria. It was a very old village, and the streets were so narrow you could barely drive a car down them. The village was surrounded by fields filled with sunflowers, grapevines, and olive trees. And their house was a little house leaning against a church at the edge of the village. One night, Grandma was having coffee.
Do you want some chocolate?
Yes, please.
Oh, we're out of chocolate. What will we do?
Grandma searched the supermarkets but couldn't find the right kind of chocolate. So she climbed into their little Peugeot and began to drive, and that was quite difficult in Italy. She drove through dark tunnels where other cars came roaring past.
Take the exit towards Aeroplan.
She climbed many stairs searching for that chocolate. And she climbed down many towers and disappeared into holes in the ground and long tunnels, desperately searching for the chocolate.
Straight down into a hole in the floor. Say that again, please, Grandma. As she goes down into a hole in the floor. See where she's going? And Grandma goes down, and down, and down, and down. She just keeps going down.
The tunnels were very long, but Grandma hurried in her frantic search. She found other tunnels. They were longer, but she still kept searching, even though she couldn't find the perfect chocolate.
Such a long way down the tunnel.
You know you're going to wear that, don't you?
Oh, such a long way. Granddad, where's the chocolate?
Have you found the chocolate yet, Grandma?
Oh, where is it? Where is it?
One day, Grandma stepped off an escalator and began walking down shopping streets where people had walked for hundreds of years. Then they built a fort over the top of those streets, and it was now the cellar of the forts. But however much she searched, she still couldn't find the perfect chocolate. Finally, she came to a cellar where there were many things, but there were only barrels filled with wine waiting to be put into bottles. There was still no chocolate. Grandma came to a gigantic underground cavern. But there was no chocolate there, only marble.
Okay. Can you hear me? Just been learning about what we don't want in marble for the kitchen bench top.
One day Grandma met a pigeon and asked,
Excuse me, pigeon, do you know where I can find some chocolate?
and the pigeon replied that they'd flown over a chocolate factory on the way there. Perhaps she could try that. Grandma did find the chocolate factory. It was kind of secret. Grandad was not supposed to take any photos. He did take a couple just to show how many chocolates they actually had. Then Grandma found just the chocolate that she wanted, but it was so big it wouldn't even fit in her car. But there were plenty of other chocolates, and she was allowed to eat as many as she wanted.
Not inside in the factory, okay? Right, okay?
Thank you.
Do it again.
Here we are.
When she left, the factory people gave her a show bag or sample bag just full of chocolate. So Grandma was very happy with her visit to the chocolate factory.